Welcome back to the weekly news roundup. This is the Sillyville edition. Are you ready to dive on into Sillyville? Well, if you like this channel and you'd like to help support us, have a look at our affiliates page. If you're looking to pick up something new, we have web hosts, VPNs, podcasting stuff, grammar checkers, cell phones, generic shopping. Anything that you click on one of the links, your sale will, your price will still be the same, but they'll send a small portion of the sale back to us, except for my pro writing aid link in there. That actually gets you a 20% discount. So with that, let's go ahead and dive on into the Sillyville news. First and foremost, the candidates can't campaign, so they're trying to go viral. Nothing is more exciting than a 70-plus-year-old politician trying to go viral on the internet. I didn't even read the article. Based on the headline alone, this is Sillyville. This is Sillyville. You can't make something go viral. The more you make something go viral, the more lame you happen to look. But anyway, all of the campaigners here are trying to go viral. I know who he is. He's whatever. I stand ready to work with the president. I'm never going to work with the president on whatever. And I don't know. Guess they're trying to do, that's an ad. I guess they're just trying to do provocative things, trying to go viral. Guys, the more you try and go viral with something, the less it's going to be. This is, by the way, the only article I didn't read. I just love the headline enough. I didn't want to spoil it by reading it. All right, anybody over there in UK? Over there in UK, if you guys, particularly network guys, blacklist and whitelist terms are now banned by UK cybersecurity agency because they're racist. Check, please. I want out of the race. Now, I'm really curious. QuidSub. If you haven't watched QuidSub stuff, awesome content over there. He's also the developer for, it's not Pi-hole, NoTrack. Very similar to Pi-hole. So the NoTrack system uses whitelist and blacklist, and I thought he's from the UK. QuidSub, if you watch the video, does this affect your project? I'm curious. So, yeah, you can't use blacklist, whitelist. I mean, that's just racist. Most people understand what these mean. Okay, what do you call them? I mean, really, what do you call them? Let's see if they actually told us. There's a bunch of spam in there. There's an issue with the terminology. It only makes sense if you equate white with good, permitted, safe, and black with bad, dangerous, forbidden. That's right. That's right. There are some obvious problems in this, they wrote. Wait, NCSC Emma W. That's not Emma Watson, is it? Experimus! All right. In the name of helping to stamp out racism and cybersecurity, we will avoid this casually pejorative wording on our website in the future. The alteration to the terminology was prompted by a request from a customer who asked if the agency would consider changing the wording on its website. The open source browser engine Chromium, which used in Chrome, Edge, Vivaldi, and others, also depreciated terms like whitelist and blacklist after being asked to do so by Microsoft engineers. This is why Microsoft needs to stay as far away from Linux as possible. Academic study from the University of Limerick claims such terms as blacklist, whitelist, and black sheep do not merely reflect a racist culture, but serves to legitimize and perpetuate it. What is this, a bunch of group of pansies? All right, I got to see the comments. I got to see the comments on this one. The new term seems fine to me, but I'm interested in an etymologist's opinion of the origin of blacklist. The ones I'm familiar with are not related to race, and why would they be? Why would anyone need a list to identify skin color? I'd put even my money on it. Did I miss what they're calling it? I missed what they're calling it. Apparently it's not in here, but apparently they're changing the name to something else. I don't know. Let's have a look at a few more of these comments. I'm sure Billy Bones of Treasure Island will be gratified to receive the deny list instead of the black spot. Yeah, there you go. I guess it's a deny list, allow list, and deny list, I guess. The hell is this idiocy? But can it get any worse? It can, and it will, unless the silent majority finally has enough and flips the bird to the leftist cry bullies. I hope to live to see their day treated like the mentally ill pariahs they are. Very interesting. Because UK government is a bunch of bleep heads. One look at how badly they fumbled the pandemic situation and the highest death rate next to the US just says it all. Interesting. Racist hypocrites should be booted from their jobs. UK is the gold standard of PC culture and are excellent at wasting taxpayers' money to do so. All right, I'm not going to read any more of this, but that's just, I don't know. Billy Mitchell's libel case over Donkey Kong cheating scandal is set for July. This guy is still on and on about being called a cheater. You cheater. No, I'm not a cheater. And so he is taking his court case up and up and up and up to be renamed the Donkey Kong champion. If you keep on not shaving, dude, you might look like Donkey Kong. No, that's just a fun joke. Actually, he does seem pretty clean cut to me there. Clean cut in that his beard is nice and trimmed. That's a respectable beard. It's nice, it's trimmed, it's clean. All right, he looks fine. All right, but anyway, according to newly discovered court records, Billy the King of Kong Mitchell has had a defamation case against Twin Galaxies moving quietly through the judicial system for over a year. Case stems from the ousting of Mitchell and the scrubbing of his records from the Twin Galaxies website in 2018, and a judge will hear the case in July. The basic point is that they said that based on the video that they saw of the play, he was using an emulation software and not the official arcade version, and that makes a difference. And they could tell that because of how the transitions went or things like that. So interesting to see what would happen with that. But yeah, that's definitely an interesting. I mean, at some point in time, all right, what is this? Is this your life's work to master Donkey Kong? So you have to tie up our court system with court cases going through appeals so that we can have a judge actually sit on a bench and go, I have to sit down and hear a case about Donkey Kong. Really? Get over it, sir. Get yourself a real job and move on to life. Says the YouTuber in the spare office in the room. All right. Apparently this article has been updated since I added it to my list, but Frontier will charge $89 for social distancing on flights because we're going to penny everything out. We want you to be safe. Pay us $90 more or we're going to put you next to a snot-nosed and nasal-dripping fool. I'm telling you, because the airline industry can monetize literally anything. So the update, following public outcry, Alexa, I'm shocked. There was public outcry. Alexa, order unicorn meat. Confirm. Following public outcry and under pressure from members of the Congress, Frontier late Wednesday rescinded its plan to charge a fee for more room seats. Quote, we recognize the concerns raised that we were profiting from safety, and this was never our intent, says the CEO. Guys, I should go to Frontier and say, hey guys, I don't really care. You're allowed to put me next to somebody else if you want. I mean, I don't really give a crap. So, what fool in the boardroom thought to even greenlight this? Hey, I got a great idea, guys. All these guys, we're already the master of upselling everything. I got another upsell. We are going to upsell more room on the plane. So this way, somebody can actually pay extra money and we'll give him like 3 rows instead of 1 row. What do you guys think? This looks amazing. Let's do this. $90. That's it. $90. Were these guys so foolish that they couldn't see this coming? Really? So, yeah, everyone being told to social distance, everyone told to wear masks. Frontier says, yeah, you want social distancing? Cough up more dough, buddy. You cough up more dough or we're going to put Bruno, the coughing fool, right next to you on the plane. Hi, I'm Bruno. Excuse me, I've had this cold for a little bit. I'm having a hard time breathing too. Pay $80, sir, and we'll move you. Day of the flight, it's $250. So apparently they decided to do away with that. That's exciting. All right, so you wanna go and tweet out about Frontier doing all this kind of stuff. You want to write nasty stuff. Well, Twitter is going to give you a warning message that asks you to rethink offensive tweets and replies. Revise the tweet before you post it. You put in something that Twitter thinks it's saucy. When things get heated, you may say things you don't mean to let you rethink Rethink a Reply, we're running a limited experiment on iOS with a prompt that gives you the option to revise your reply before it's published if it uses language that could be harmful. Wah! I talked about adding something to my blacklist and they thought it's offensive and racist. Because that's how Twitter is. So yeah, approach isn't novel. It's been used by quite a few other social platforms before, prominently on Instagram. Facebook on app now warns users before they post a caption with a message that says the caption looks similar to what others have been reported prior to the change. Instagram rolled out a warning system for comments last summer. Yeah, there you go. That's all we need. Twitter trying to police a little bit more. Oh boy, oh boy. And I guess on to our final story of the day. What is all that buzz about? Well, if a COVID outbreak is not good, is not fear enough, maybe the murder bees will be enough to get you. The murder wasps, really. So University of Arkansas is overwhelmed with calls asking about the Hornet. Are they going to kill us all? And so with this guy here, over here, the murder hornet is a new, it's a bee that's over in Asia. It's not something we've generally seen here, but we've had 2 confirmed cases in Washington. Pizza, if you're on, man, sorry, you're going to get murdered by the murder wasp. Or murder hornet, I guess. So up there in Washington State, 2 cases have been found. 2 of the bees have been found. Of course, since everyone's all stuck inside their house and the wild animals are taken over, we're all going to descend out of quarantine and go, oh, and then get descended by a bunch of murder hornets. We're gonna die. And so now everyone's all getting concerned about these. Now, what these things particularly do, they're not specifically any more aggressive to us, but what they do is they have they're huge. They have a stinger about the size of a thumbtack, and they love pushing it in, and it contains about 5 times the venom as normal bee stings. These actually do kill people, so that is a concern. Primarily, they kill honeybees, which is a huge problem because our bee populations are already hurting around here. And the farmers in Arkansas are really concerned about their honey farms. And, I got the funny story about this. I don't think it was there. I think it was either in Virginia or Maryland. This is back about a decade ago, back when I was doing geocaching. Some moron put in a type of geocache where you'd have to go to a location, pick up a clue, and then go somewhere else. Their clue was literally on a beehive in a beehive farm. And I had no idea what it was. So you go there and there's just a thing and a rock. And this is geocaching. So literally in geocaching, you're like, hey, it might be under the rock. I lift up the rock. It's a bee nest. Needless to say, I marked that geocache for evaluation saying, hey, the exact geolocations is actually on a commercial beehive. I got the clue, run! And then I did find the geocache. It was like 60 meters that way or something. I guess maybe that was a thing. Ah, run down the path. Oh, there it is. But anyway, back to the murder hornets. University of Arkansas's Department of Agriculture keeps on getting calls about people concerned about this. And they're saying, guys, yes, despite there being a couple cases in Washington State, if they make it Arkansas, it's going to be a long, long time. So up there, though, if you happen to see one of these guys, it's like a 2-inch wasp. Here's a picture of it. It's like a 2-inch wasp with huge mandibles. It basically decapitates the bees. It looks like, it's huge, distinctive, very bright, big yellow face. These things are like 2 inches long. Easily taken out with a tennis racket. Whack! Kill them if you see them, is what I'd probably say. Help the population out. All right, so there's our Sillyville edition. Let me know your thoughts on these and the other stories in the comments down below.